Okay. So starting with this, hi everyone. I welcome every one of you for the classes of Preparatio de Judicio. That means preparing you all for the examinations happening across the legal fraternity. That includes judicial services as well as IBPS banking services or JLO junior law officer services. So in this entire mentorship program, we will be teaching you about each and every aspect of law available, so that you guys be ready to give each every kind of examination, not limited or not restricted to the judicial services. Let's start. I'm sharing you all with a PPT which we have prepared for going through the same. Okay, let's start. Okay, the contents of today's class are: what is law, how to study law, jurisprudence and basic concepts of law, what to expect from this program, and introduction to the Rajasthan Judicial Services, and so on and so forth. So to go with this flow, first we have to study what law means and what is law all about. So when we comes to law, law from time immemorial has been a very complex thing. A lot of people have tried to define it, but unfortunately no one was able to define this very concept of law, and a lot of people uh, were not able to frame into verse. In the earlier era, in the ancient times or in the colonial rule, a lot of jurists like Aristotle or Matthews and everyone tried to ensure that law should be given a definition. But the thing was, they had certain different definitions for it, and everyone who tried to define law, elaborated that definition for them. When it came down to the medieval era, what people thought was that defining law was not possible. So what they said was, they made it as a concept. So now what law we have is, law is nothing more than a set of rules, guidelines, orders of or any notification or directions of such nature which help in maintaining the social order of the society, as well as facilitating or regulating the conditions of a transaction that's occurring in the society. मतलब ये है कि जो लॉ है, इसका कोई प्रिसाइज डेफिनेशन अभी तक कोई आपको नहीं बता, ना तो कोई बता पाया ना कोई लिख पाया. सो द मेजर पार्ट दे हैव सेड दैट लॉ कोई भी ऐसा डायरेक्शन, ऐसा रूल, ऐसी प्रैक्टिस which regulates the system of the society, जिसमें ये लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन मेंटेन हो सके सोसाइटी में, और सोसाइटी के जो ट्रांजैक्शंस है, whether it is marriage, whether it is contract, whether it is sale of goods, purchase, agriculture, लिविंग स्टाइल, लाइफ स्टाइल और इंडिपेंडेंस है, पर्सनल इंडिपेंडेंस, प्राइवेसी, इन सबको रेगुलेट किया जा सके और कस्टमरी राइट्स दिए जा सकें. सो ऐसा कोई भी तरीके का रिचुअल प्रैक्टिस, दे वर टर्म टू बी लॉ. सो व्हेन वी से अबाउट दिस, लॉ comes from a very एंशियंट एरा. रोमन एरा में भी लॉ था, महाभारत एरा में भी लॉ था. अर्लियर आप अगर देखेंगे, द वर्ल्ड was Gondwana land का एक concept है, when it says that earlier the entire land mass was at a single place. So human was living in tribal area, in a tribal form where people were living into small tribes. हर tribe का एक अपना अलग set of rules, अपने अलग set of conditions होते थे. When you say about a different set of rules and different set of conditions, तो आप उन set of rules और set of guidelines के अंदर ही वो पूरा tribe function करता था. फिर जैसे जैसे टाइम इंक्रीज हुआ, रोमन्स ने, अलेक्जेंडर ने, पोरस ने, चंगेज खान ने, सबके ऊपर मेहनत, मतलब दे डिड अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क एंड ट्राई टू रेन ओवर द एंटायर सब कॉन्टिनेंट. और जैसे जैसे उनका रेन बढ़ा, द मोर दे वेंट इनटू एक्सप्लोरेशन, द मोर दे कॉन्कर्ड द वर्ल्ड, द मोर दे ट्राई टू सिस्टमाइज द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन ओवर देयर. तो वो टैक्सेशन लॉज को उन्होंने इमर्ज किया ताकि कंट्री वाइड वो एक ही तरीके का लगान वसूल कर सकें. कस्टमरी राइट्स, मैरिटल राइट्स, सब कुछ उन्होंने डिफाइन किया. देयरफॉर जो अलग अलग ट्राइब्स में वहां पे अवेलेबल, उस ट्राइब के साथ उन्होंने क्या किया, वो जो ट्राइबल छोटे छोटे बने हुए थे, वो ट्राइब्स के जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस थे, उसके बेसिस पे एवरीवन स्टार्टेड टू वर्क. उसके बेसिस पे एवरीवन स्टार्टेड टू फोकस ऑन अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. और उसी बेसिस के ऊपर law formation of certain guidelines, certain rules were there, looking to that very aspect, फिर वहां पे law का formation हुआ. Going further, a lot of going further, what happened was कि जैसे चंगेज खान वगैरह आगे चले गए, वी हैड मुगल का जो आपका मुस्लिम रूल आया, मुगल रूल आया, इन्वेजन्स आए, तो वो सेट जो था, वो जो पूरा का पूरा गाइडलाइंस थे वो बदलते गए. सो द लॉ स्टार्टेड इवॉल्विंग. Later on, when Britishers came to India, we moved towards a codified system of law. Therefore, and going back to 1947, we established in 1950 we had our own constitution, which is the law of the land as on date. That means the lex loci. Now the question which arises was, which would have arisen was that when you come to a lot of different things such as how to study law. Now the basic concept behind studying law is very different than to understand it. To study law, what we have to do is we have to first understand the what is law. I have told you. Now comes to how we should study law. तो लॉ पढ़ने के लिए सबसे पहले जरूरी है कि हम उसके पीछे की रीजनिंग और रैशनल को समझे. वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई द लॉ मेकर एट एनी गिवन पॉइंट would have brought that very law into existence. ऐसा क्या जरूरत थी? और doing for understanding that very thing, we should understand the transaction which is required to be regulated by that very act. Supposedly Indian Contract Act hai. What was the need of getting that Indian Contract Act into picture? Indian Contract Act was the need of getting Indian Contract Act into picture was only because to govern the contract regime in India, to ensure that the contracts which are being signed, which are being executed in India, should be governed and regulated in a manner so that they should not create a chaos within the society, and they should be lawful. अब अगर आप उसको लॉफुल नहीं रखोगे तो मर्डर का किलिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ही है, दैट शुड बी इन्फोर्सेबल. सो उस तरीके की चीजों को अवॉइड करने के लिए एंड टू मेक श्योर कि बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शन स्मूथ हो, इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट वाज फॉर्म. सेम अप्लाइज विद द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इफ द लॉ द लॉ मेकर्स नीडेड a specific guideline to ensure that the law of the land should be so clear that they should be able to do a lot of form a lot of laws. They should guarantee their subjects freedom and everything, until unless that would have become a major issue for the candidate, that would have been become a major issue to maintain the society. Therefore everyone who has ever intended to become a who has ever intended to ensure that okay, the society must run into order, there should be order in the society, therefore they form a rule accordingly. So if you want to study law, you should act as a lawmaker. आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि लॉ पढ़ने के लिए उसकी रीजनिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Therefore comes the basic concept of jurisprudence and interpretations. लॉ उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, कोई एक्ट तभी फोर्स में आता है when you are good at interpreting it, and secondly you know the rationale behind it. Therefore the concept of jurisprudence and interpretation is very much important for the same. For an example, you guys might have heard about harmonious construction of statutes. You might have heard about Nociter sources. So there are principles which interpret this entire, which help you understand the rationale behind the entire act which you are reading. For an example, you are reading an act such as, let's seek an example of what do I say? Let's take an example of Constitution. Okay, Constitution under Article 226 and 32 deals about the writs to be filed before High Court or Supreme Court. Okay, so what they say is, what the Article 226 says, that writs of the nature including. So that is an inclusive definition. Any writ which is of the nature of habeas corpus certiorari, quo warranto, mandamus, prohibitio, can be filed before the High Court under its inherent powers, but that does not limit it. So this is where interpretation applies. They gave us an example that okay, these nature of writs you can file, but this is not limited to. So this is how rules of interpretation requires. Like you might have heard that in case of any dispute, like we have state X, we have central X. Okay. Supposedly then we have state amendments to central X. Supposedly there is a dispute between a state act and a central act, or the amendment made by the state with in comparison to the reasoning behind the central act. So which will prevail? The rule of interpretation says that harmonious, you have to construct or interpret that very statute in a harmonious manner to ensure that the basic reasoning of the entire act or the basic reason or rationale behind that very section or clause or order or rule should remain intact, and there should be no ambiguity or no loss to the person who is reading with it. Okay, going on that very note, there is a golden rule of interpretation. There is no citer sources, which means like a man is always known by the company it keeps. Therefore, as far as no citer sources means, that a word is known by the company it keeps. Like you have read in a lot of acts that offenses of the nature of, or you might have heard words like they while defining certain things, they put of the nature of agreements of the nature, offenses of the nature, agreements of the nature, and certain words are used and then they write etc, or they use and kinds of such nature. When you say when these words are used, you have to interpret that okay, the word is used like offenses. If we are talking about life offenses, offenses dangerous to life, then you have to understand each and every word means is going to be interpreted in a manner that it is to be correlated with the words it is it is used in surrounding. Okay, therefore the principle of no-citer sources comes into picture. You guys can always google it, the concept of no-citer sources. It's a very interesting concept and is majorly used in interpreting a lot of definitions, because definitions include a lot of words, lot of terms which can be like for an example, commercial court act has listed around 28 kind of contracts, okay, or agreements which over which the entire commercial courts have a jurisdiction regarding consumer commercial disputes. So when you read it, you have to understand each, like there was a provision that agreements led to sale of goods and provisions of service. So the it can be like for services also an agreement, but also it can be said that what are the services. Like the word service is very huge. Services, teaching is a services, but whether it will be included or not, that is a subject of interpretation, and that comes from a fact that the agreement should be sale of good and provision of services, or services of the nature such as service, in which service industry is actually there. It's not, it doesn't include educational services at all. Therefore उसका interpretation अलग तरीके से होगा. तो नॉसाइटर रिसोर्सेस मींस the word is same as goes for adjustum generis. कि word का जो है generic meaning, we have to look for the generic meaning when specific meaning is not being defined. Supposedly you person is not able to define a specific meaning, therefore you guys have to look for a generic meaning of that very particular word, and therefore you have to proceed further. Okay, so this was about the basic concept of law. When you go further to tell ki, okay, these are the basic concept of law and how should we proceed further, how we have to prepare for our judicial services, let me go for the next slide, which will you help you understand that what are the features. Like when you have entered this program, it is my duty to ensure to make you understand why this entire program is different from what is actually happening across the country. What we are trying to do here is we are trying to mentor our students. We are trying to ensure that the students who join us, they work hard with us as colleagues so that we can make their dream possible. Therefore, in order to do so, we will be individually monitoring the progress of each and every student. We have prepared a promotional channel where a student will be their student have to achieve a certain level to like supposedly I have taught you contract, or the faculty over here might have taught you the contract law. We will be holding on examination, and until and unless you are you have reached a level to which we say a satisfactory level of information, you have crossed the benchmark set by the institution, you will not be taught another law until unless you are clear. We will be teaching you contract again and again. Our objective here is to ensure that what we teach you, what we guide you through, you are you excel in those areas. Supposedly if you have read contract, you should be updated with each and every concept of contract, which includes indemnity, specific leak, relief, sale of goods, and everything you should be able to do along with it. And at the same time, you should be able to know the latest case laws also with regard to it. You should be able to write a lot of short articles on the same topic, so that your writing can also improve. And therefore, when we are satisfied that okay, you have achieved a certain area of topic, then we can certain area of excellence, then we will be proceeding forward to the next act or next module, and there so and thereafter. You will be also given regular mock test and assignments, which means that for a long you will be, and that you will be given write-ups to write what I have taught you, or what the other faculty will be teaching you, in both the languages, English as well as Hindi. Because while preparing for judicial services or any examination, we forget that these examination also have language as a part of examinations, and we have to be very much efficient in writing, essay writing, and comprehensive writing and concise writing, so that whatever we write, we gain marks out of it. A lot of people who are pretty brilliant at law, uh, their law subjects, but they fail, they don't get good marks in their language because they take it very lightly. This will not be the case with the students who will be studying with you. So that because we will be preparing them in a manner that, and the entire concept of writing will be based on GRE, GMAT, and Western schools. We have adopted that assessment style of Western schools to ensure that your concise writing and what you write is meaningful enough. Okay. Plus, whenever you will be gaining marks, we will be discussing one on one that okay, where you lagged, what can be the expectations of the examiner, and where you were lacking, so that you can cover up those things. Because marks are not important at this stage. The thing which is important is that you guys understand what you have to write and what you don't have to write. Okay. Going further, let's introduce you to the concept of Rajasthan Judicial Services, as I believe that maximum of you are from students who would like to prepare for Rajasthan Judicial Services. Therefore, Rajasthan Judicial Services is an entry level examination which is divided into 3 stages. First is the prelims, second is the mains, and the third is the interview. Okay. Prelims, you have multiple choice questions with no negative markings. Mails, you have a subjective portion, and interview completely deals with kind of personality you have. Okay, so it is equally important to develop your personality as well, and which we will be training you into by conducting mock interviews also. So therefore, you have to prepare on all the 3 sides. The prelims and mains, the paper which will come will be of will be coming in 2 sets. The first is law paper 1 and the second is law paper 2. Then you have language parts as well. Law paper 1 is mostly civil law, and law paper 2 is criminal law. So when we about let me take you to the kind of syllabus we have for judicial services and Rajasthan Judicial Services. Okay, so now these are the acts which will we have for law paper 1. The first is CPC, Constitution of India, which is the Lex Loci, Law of the Land, Indian Contract Act, Evidence, Limitations, Specific Relief, TP, Interpretation of Statutes, Rajasthan Rent Control, it is a minor and local law, and Order and Judgment Writing. So far, so good. And the further you will have the CRPC, Indian Evidence again, Indian Penal Code. You know why there's a need of Indian Evidence Act in civil paper as well as criminal? Because evidence in both the laws, in CPC and CRPC or IPC, while for criminal we have a trial, for suit that entire process goes on. So we have different evidence structure for civil law as well as criminal law. So will be studying accordingly. Then we have IPC, Juvenile Justice, NI Act, Provision of Offenders Act, Women Protection of Women from Domestic Violence, and Framing of Charge and Judgment Writing. So all these acts, first what we will be doing is only to gain your confidence, so that you get good confidence during the classes. What we will be doing is we will be first taking you all to understand that okay, this very first we will be taking you civil law minors, then criminal law minors, then to the major laws. This is how the confidence will be built upon you, and doing so, we will also ensure that you get the expert guidance of few of the very amazing faculties and students from national law schools also, who have graduated from there, from being gold medalist or are sitting at different law firms having an expertise of more than 12 to 15 years in specific fields. Even we will try to ensure that the lawyers from Supreme Court should be there to assist you, to guide you, to enlighten you on different aspects of law. So how we will be teaching, we also need to understand what is that teaching methodology. The law needs to be taught in two phases. First is you need to understand the act, you need to understand the rationale behind it. Then each and every law act has certain concepts in it. For a contract, there is a concept of indemnity, guarantee, the concept of consent, the consent of consideration. You have to understand them separately. As for the criminal law, also there are different concepts. As for the specific act, relief act, there are different concepts. So what we will be doing, first we will be reading an act. Then what we will be doing is we will be understanding small concept in a smaller form. We will be making articles on them and understanding the latest judgments of the Supreme Court, and that's how we will be preparing for the same.